Flagship Killer, a title that became popular since OnePlus and Xiaomi entered the smartphone market. They both created a price and specs war until others followed suit. Now what happens when you put these two flagship killers on a side-by-side comparison? I'm Warren for KLGadgetTV and this is the OnePlus 3 versus the Xiaomi Mi 5. First and foremost, the Mi 5 that we have here is the standard variant, which is also the official model sold in most Asian countries. The OnePlus 3 and Mi 5 have one thing in common. They are one of the few Snapdragon 820 powered smartphones priced below 2,000 ringgit. However, they sport major differences in other hardware aspects, which is why we've got to admit that the OnePlus 3 is a better smartphone on paper. It has a faster processor, 6GB of RAM, 64GB of flash memory, and a bigger 5.5-inch Full HD display. Both of these phones do not sport expandable storage. Now, let's put aside the spec sheet and talk about design and aesthetic. The OnePlus 3 has a metal unibody like most recent flagships. There seems to be a mixture of HTC's and Huawei's design applied, but it still looks beautiful nonetheless. The Mi 5 continues to adapt the familiar curved glass back and aluminum frame design from the Mi Note, which is still a very decent looking device. Aesthetically, the OnePlus 3 can be a little slippery due to its larger form factor and smooth flat surface, but that doesn't totally mean that the phone has a bad design. In fact, I appreciate having the power button and volume rocker placed in two separate locations, and that alert switcher is the best hardware I've seen on Android smartphones. The Mi 5 not only feels better on hand due to its smaller screen size, but it also has an extremely slim bezel that makes it really comfortable to use the phone with one hand. Both the OnePlus 3 and Mi 5 sports front-facing fingerprint scanners, but I personally prefer the OnePlus 3's hardware for two reasons. First, it's a capacitive button that does not require you to press on it, but rather you touch on it to unlock the phone. Second, it's accurate and unlocks way faster than the Mi 5. But despite of that, the Mi 5's fingerprint scanner is still a very decent one, where some of you may just want to take a peek at notifications and the time instead of just going directly to the home screen. Software experience can be subjective depending on preference. Oxygen OS on the OnePlus 3 feels extremely light and snappy. It also offers a near stock experience with some useful customizations. The phone's 6GB of RAM also ensures that you rarely need to clear apps to gain back performance. Despite having a slower processor and lesser RAM than the OnePlus 3, MIUI on the Mi 5 is still a very capable and fast launcher. There's tons of customizations and features hidden beneath the software, which you probably wouldn't use. You'll also need to deal with lots of home screens as you install more apps, but this can be easily resolved with a third-party launcher. However, if you are looking for timely Android OS updates, these two fellas aren't the fastest, though the OnePlus 3 could probably receive Android Nougat faster than the Mi 5. Both the OnePlus 3 and Mi 5's main camera take 16-megapixel stills, and image quality produced by both cameras come really close despite having different sensor size and aperture. While I personally prefer the Mi 5's natural colors and performance in low light, the OnePlus 3's camera requires more manual tweaking with the camera controls to get pictures correct. In terms of video recording, both devices will take 4K videos and are pretty much on par in terms of image and audio quality. However, they still feel a little shaky despite having optical stabilized cameras. As for their front-facing cameras, the OnePlus 3's 8-megapixel shooter may be able to produce a sharper image quality, but the Mi 5's 4-megapixel camera is able to perform better in low light thanks to its large 2-micron pixel size. But I have to say that they still produce very decent imaging results for its class. Putting these two devices to benchmark reveals two largely significant results. The OnePlus 3 tops the charts in every benchmark department due to faster hardware. However, when it comes to power consumption, that's where the Mi 5 shines over the OnePlus 3, all thanks to its lower processor clock frequency. At this point, there is already a clear winner in this comparison, but there's just one more thing: price. The OnePlus 3 retails at 1888 ringgit, while the Mi 5 standard version is retailing at 1549 ringgit, which is a significant price cut for a sheer compromise in performance. Even if we were to bring the Mi 5 Pro version to the pricing table, it retails at 2699 Chinese yuan, which still translates to less than 1700 ringgit. They are no longer affordable smartphones that we once used to see, But I have to say that the OnePlus 3 is the better phone in this all-round comparison if you can live with a bigger screen and want a clean stock Android experience. The Mi 5 on the other hand will still continue to impress Mi fans and has the best aesthetic I've seen from smartphones this year. Thanks for watching this comparison video, and I hope that I've helped you in making a decision to buy either the Xiaomi Mi 5 or the OnePlus 3. These two smartphones are really great phones, so you should really check them out. So my name is Warren for KLGadgetTV, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We upload 3 videos in a week. You can also follow us on social media at the usual places. Otherwise, you could also follow me on Instagram or Twitter at the Warren Lee. I'll see you again in our next video. Peace.